their character and laid out their crime. There wasn't even a flicker of joy. I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame. Not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finan has a way with words. Oh, all right.
The flame-chased journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akima will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the gold weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being
a selfless person.
Singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety, your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart, even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros? Aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gasteros. Aklaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the Flame Chase, leave the decision to initiate the Miracle of Genesis to the Emporians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line, right?
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
anything else. Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child. But this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightimos.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, I've tried so many things. I've found new resolve, and I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cyphera, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of...
Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cyphera. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cyphera?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person,
or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treeby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya. I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful, and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cypher. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. Just wait.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the cleaners.
I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery, I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Cavali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akuma closely.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akuma yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with the flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akuma because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence. was where Professor Anaxa gave us the lesson. I can still see that day in my mind.
And that was your last lesson in the Grove. Now, each of you will head off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world depends on how well you can put knowledge into practice. However, heed this warning. If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages.
Professor Anaxa, there are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't...
Firstly, call me Professor Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last lesson I will teach you.
I see. So you're saying that the lessons taught by all the other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons?
All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction, fine enough IDs Elysiae. I have nothing left to say. Next.
Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols for a cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations with them and guide them toward a solid path. Surely you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor.
The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor Anaxa's nemesis.
Fine. Since Hyacinthia insists on this, let's go through the process. Since some of you are so eager to speak, why don't we start with you, Finite of IDs Elysiae? What is your post-graduation aspiration?
Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is to protect the people I care about.
I see. So you want to be a hero? How boring. Next.
I didn't say...
Castoris, you've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next?
Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but... I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death, so that every living being may find calming peace.
How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale. See, this is why I don't want to follow those outdated protocols. All I get are boring answers. Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you wrap this up, Hyacinthia? Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out.
So it's finally my turn. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of the hero's epic.
Blank page? An interesting description. Do explain, Assistant.
I've read all of Amphorius's heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements. A few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded the struggles and suffering the commoners endured.
So you're saying that, instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the peripheries of historical records.
Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor, Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day. Her story is told to every child descended from the Skyfolk. We have no doubts about Seliosi's greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era. What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost. And only Seliosi's name remains. Her brilliance had become as blinding as Aquila's, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past. But I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize the world anew, I want to stay in the backline and save all the ordinary humans from drowning in the rising waves. I wish not to return to the sky, but to walk among the masses on Earth. I believe it's the only way for the saga of creation. To include a footnote for the everyday people in its blank page. I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that. But my beliefs have never changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front line and realize my dream. Danny, what are you doing here? You guessed it. To reach Aquila's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings. That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the rainbow bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the grove. Don't worry. I have little Ika with me. You'll protect me, won't you? Good, Ika. Well, what brings you here, Danny? Right. If all goes as planned, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you? Oh? Could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now? Nope, I didn't understand that either, little Ika. Since we've already met up, why don't you come with me, Danny? That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going? The chroma copper is vibrating. There must be memories of an ancestor nearby. This is the divine object of the Sky People, the chroma coffer. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Sky Folk is ready to challenge Aquila again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors with the chroma coffer and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Sky Folk reascend to the heavens. Very prudent, wouldn't you say? The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them. I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of flame chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Who has awakened me?
It's I, Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you? I've read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused.
I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name. So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age.
Indeed, it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing. For the flame chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion. And retrieving the core flame of Aquila is the final challenge the heroes will face.
Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, you look very young, and you do not have the bearings of a warrior who can contend with a titan. How can you convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to your demise?
1,000 years ago, Seliosi, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants, to people like you and me. Though I'm not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I am not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Amphorius is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquila's core flame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of the chosen Skyfolk. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia.
I sense resilience in your words. Not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings, young Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the bridge of rainbows.
Thank you for your trust, Lord Crispus. We won't let you down. Thank you. My ancestors were all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count. Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is said to rest in the vortex of Genesis. A pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akuma together, Danny? I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. That's so like you, Danny. That makes sense. Bagusa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test, Danny. Got it. I'm counting on you, Danny. The vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny is full of surprises. But this does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Wait, is Lady Treeby here too? And who is that next to her? Oh, I think I know who that is.
Do you have to go already, Syphie? It's been ages since you were last in Akuma. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up.
That's alright, big sister Treeby. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city actually feels off. Besides, your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle.
Cut Snowy some slack, Syphie. He's still so young, yet he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job.
You really spoil him, big sis Treeby.
Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me.
Syphie.
Just kidding. I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of Aglaia in her prime. Anyway, I'm about to head out. Oh, big sis Treeby, before I go, got a little gift for you.
Well, didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. What's in it?
That's a part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously?
Huh? Looks like we have company.
Lady Treeby, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cypher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you.
Bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, pink child. I'm Cyphera from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So, you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean...
Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, the Chrysos heir about to take over the authority of Sky.
Whoa! That's unexpected. I figured Celiosi's descendant would be, I don't know, taller, stronger.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Syphie. Zinni is a master of her craft. She's the most skilled and dependable physician in all of Amphorius.
Don't worry, Lady Cypher. I may not be as strong and warlike as Lady Celiosi from 1,000 years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk.
All this talk about missions, you're making it sound way too serious. You've got to look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I'd hate to see that cute face all scratched out by Aquila's claws.
Syphie cracking jokes? Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago.
Anyway, I've got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead.
Miss Cypher is in such a hurry.
Don't worry, she's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Akuma lending a hand. Whoa, enough her for now. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Cinny? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Siphi's gift away somewhere safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours!
I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Child, what brings you before me? Could it be you're a descendant of the Sky People?
Yes, I am Hyacinthia of the Twilight Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's flame chase duty. You must be Gem Electra. Legend has it that during the Chrysos War, you led our people to ally with Akuma and held back the Kremnoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City.
Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis?
It is. Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos Heir's flame chase journey is nearing its end.
Are those the core flames of Fagusa and Giorios? Does that mean Hycelans and the Mountain Dwellers successfully carried out their duty? As fellow pillars of Amphorius, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000 years?
It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world would fall apart with it. That's why Lady Aglaya made the core flame of Aquila the final step in our campaign.
Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years?
Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right. She was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward.
Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time, and lasted for so long. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no?
Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words.
In that case, you're probably aware of the prophecy I sought from a certain Trebios.
Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning.
I see. Yet, Trebios' prophecies never fail. Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment, child. May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate.
Thank you, Lady Ectra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head-on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree?
I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia. When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has...
Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I'll make sure your gift is put to its best use. General Ectra is so different from how the records described her. She's quite a gentle person. Alright, time to head back to the Grove. I shouldn't keep Danny and little Ika waiting. It went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help, Danny. What's wrong, Danny? You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Danny? Lady Trinan deciphers countless prophecies every day, and this one's just another among many. Don't worry too much about it. Come on, Danny. Don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors. Our final stop is Lord Mighty's home, Castrum Kremnos. We're here. This is it. Lord Mighty has been fighting the Black Tide here, alone day after day. I'm worried about him. That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with this battlefield. Don't you agree, Danny? There. That sleeping spirit is my grandmother. Yes, my grandmother Jacintha was a warrior. She represented the Twilight Courtyard in the Kremnos Festival. She fought her way through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I've never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel. But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end. Not long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish. Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war. Was Lord Gradaros. Seeing him lying there, gravely wounded, bleeding out, I can't put what I felt at that moment into words. But when I heard Lord Gradaros took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trian, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Gradaros must have done that to become a better man. You're getting better at this, Danny. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit. I wonder what she'd think when the one awaking her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter. I I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Is this the world of the living? Wait. You.
Grandmother? It's me. You're Hyacinthia.
Hyacinthia, my little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again.
Do you remember that you and Father took me to my very first sky ride when I was 8? Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember the one I chose?
You spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant.
Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did.
Hyacinthia, there was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I've told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you.
Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Zeliosi stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era. And now, as the flame chase journey nears its end, this broken world is crying out for something else. Healing. Isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years, began with sky, and will also end with sky.
You're still as optimistic as ever, just like when you were a kid. If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end. Return to the sky with my blessing, and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation.
Grandmother, thank you. But I have one last request.
Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time.
Before you go, could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more? Just like you used to.
Then listen closely, my dearest hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged. A century of the Chrysos War plunged the nations into chaos and decay, until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance. Aquila, the celestial shaper. The 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder. Those struck blind in 99 eyes by Nikador, they kept one eye glaring at the children of Twilight who received divine blessing, yet turned their weapons against the gods. The Chrysos heir of the sky, Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, ascended the forbidden lands of the Eye of Twilight at dusk, clad in wings. To her left was the lion-headed Solopus the Sunlit Wings, whose roars breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was the horse-bodied Lunibus, the Moonlit Plume, whose graceful steps trampled the stars in the heavens. The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones. The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents. In the final moments of battle, the Sunlit Wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the Moonlit Plume sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear and pierced the last monstrous eye. The Titan's divine body crashed to the ground, and with it, the sky tore apart like fabric, about to fall with its god. The fear and pleas of mortals urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions. She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more, only to leave behind a powerful message for the world. My descendants will be blessed and cross the Rainbow Bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands.
Today's the day.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be so lively up here. Are these people here to send off the Chrysos heirs?
There's Svinen. Let's go talk to him.
I'll take the lead, just like old.
I choose you. We can do anything. It's of no cost wish.